Do you want to know how you can make the most of your MBBS internship by 4 simple tips? I'm going to tell you now. Hello everyone, welcome back to Super Medico. My name is George and I'm a doctor slash part-time YouTuber, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to approach house surgency. As you all might know, I have taken a break from video making and all, and if you've been following my Instagram at Super Medico Live, you would have understood my latest updates, my travel vlogs, and I also post polls and ask suggestions for videos, so do follow if you haven't followed yet. To be honest, according to me, house surgency is the most important year in MBBS and also one of the most important years in a doctor's career. Also, you get exposed to multiple specialties. It's a happening year. And again, there are two ways of going about it. One way is the lazy way. Okay, just simply just go for posting, go for your attendance, then loll around, laze around, and you get your salary or your stipend. Or there are some people who actually don't attend postings. Their colleges are also okay with that. You have to do some payments and stuff, and you can go for a coaching class and all. I'm not talking to these people. They are out of my picture. I don't care about these people. I'm talking to those people who are genuinely interested, who want to make the most of this internship. And let me be honest, you might not get a lot of guidance out there around this, because I've seen a lot of people, including toppers, tell that chuck internship, don't care about internship study, you can get all those clinical skills later in life, as it's some big advice or big thing they're telling. Actually, honestly, I would say that is the worst piece of advice you could give to a junior, because you are just promoting the idea that entrance is the only thing that matters in life. Okay, entrance is a fact, but definitely I'll tell you, you'll get to know why I'm talking this much about the importance of internship slowly in the second point especially, so bear with me. So I'll be talking about 4 points, and yeah, I'll talk more when I come to each of them. Okay, so the 4 points that we're going to discuss today are: 1. Becoming a better doctor. 2. Understanding which specialty you like and you don't like. 3. Learn to play in a team. And 4. PG preparation. The first one is becoming a better doctor. As I told you, this is the year where you're going to be exposed to multiple specialties. You're going to learn how to be a doctor. So far, you've been learning cases. You have been learning how to present them. You're learning examination. You're learning theory and all. But the actual practice is pretty different. Okay, it's not like how you might have thought and all, and the nuances and all. Because see, we learn more by doing than by reading, and you will understand that by the end of the year, because you will learn, you will remember stuff you have seen, you will remember stuff you have given orders for, you have to remember patients that you have seen more. The important thing of internship is, rather than in MBBS time as students, we don't get that much of a rapport with patients, because okay, we take cases and go, but the next step we'll be going to a different case, we won't be going to the same case again, right? But here we are saying the same case every day. We are taking vitals every day, BP and all every day. We are writing the discharge summary. We write the admission. Everything, we are seeing a patient throughout their journey in the ward. So there's a more rapport building. You remember the patient more. You remember the case more. I still remember cases. I still remember patients that I've seen. Okay, and there's a connection. There's a rapport. You know, it's a big opportunity. Big learning opportunity. And many students are lucky that they are blessed to have their internship in such centers where they can study. They have a lot of experiences. There are people who are in centers where they are not exposed to that much cases, but let me tell you, even those centers, if you can show your interest, you can ask questions, you can ask like what you are not getting there, you can ask to your faculties and all, and they'll be so happy to help you. So don't let that deter you from getting the most of your internship. So what I used to do before each posting, so my second posting was ortho. So before going to ortho, like 2-3 days before, I used to contact one of my friends who was posted already in ortho and ask him, hey, what are the duties of a house surgeon, what all we have to do? And he sent me an order, these are the duties. So it's better to ask to the house surgeon who's posted in the same unit you're going to go to. So you know the workings, because each unit will have different nuances and all. So it's better to ask that house surgeon of the respective unit in your previous batch, so they'll tell exactly. And second thing, ask them to send pictures of the orders, the casualty orders, the x-ray views and stuff like that, anything. So he sent me like orders, and also for surgery what all I have to write and everything. So the first day of ortho I had to go to casualty. So imagine if I had not done this homework, if I just went like that, I would be like a waste over there. Okay, because in that hurry-burry of the casualty, It's not really possible for the PG to train us from the beginning. Okay, there won't be time to sit down and teach. Okay, you have to do this. No, it will be such a hurry over there happening. So instead, there, because since I did this homework, it was more easy for me to get hold of stuff. And even the PGs also were quite impressed. Okay, this guy has done some homework. So this is what I told. In each posting, you can do that. And it's not only this. While doing that posting, you learn a lot of stuff. You learn a lot of orders. Suppose when you go to medicine, you'll see what are the orders given for asthma, or what are the orders given for COPD or MI. Take photos of these orders, the casualty orders, the admission, the ward orders, and you save it in your phone. And if better possible, save it in online on your Google Drive or Notion or something like that, so that you can access it from anywhere. Okay, you can see about Notion, which I've discussed in a video about the apps I used in MBBS. So check that out if you don't know what Notion is. So the benefit is, maybe 5-6 months later, suppose in community medicine posting, you have a patient with fracture coming, but you know you have handled the same thing while in ortho posting, but you forgot the orders, what are the X-ray review and all. It's bound to happen. We all have memory issues. So if you have this picture with you, you can go back and check, and you can, or you would do mistakes. So instead of that, this really helps. And also in future, like even after MBBS, even after house surgeoncy, maybe you're going for duties, this can help you remember stuff. And the important thing that I would like to tell you is, never ever have fear to ask doubts. You are not supposed to know everything. Okay, you are just a house surgeon. So your knowledge gaps, there would be gaps in your knowledge. So ask doubts, ask questions, confirm before doing anything. Because you are playing with lives of people. Don't have that ego that, so I should know everything. Nothing like that. If you make mistakes, the patient would have problem. So confirm before doing each and everything. And slowly, once you get that expertise, you won't have to ask. Understand the learning curve. Okay. The next thing is, be involved in your postings. Ask doubts. Do your work properly with dedication. Don't do it for someone else. Do it for the patient. Do it for the person who is entrusted to your care. Be genuine, be dedicated. When you do this, one, you're going to help that patient very well. Second, you will get good points in front of your faculty and PGs. And this helps in the long run because, one, they give you more opportunities, more procedures to do. For example, we had a surgery professor, our unit chief. He was actually pretty happy with the work we did as a team, as a house surgeon. So he gave us a lot of opportunities to do stuff and get hands-on with surgery, and that was really amazing, different procedures and all. So everybody doesn't get that. So that depends on the amount of dedication and hard work you put, and definitely the patients would also be happy. Let me tell you one incident. Like in surgery, it was a case of thyroid, some swelling or something. The patient came for biopsy, a lymph node, something like that. I forgot. So actually 3 or 4 months later, after the surgery posting, I was standing outside the casualty, and one lady comes, around 20-25 years. She comes to me, doctor, do you remember me? I told, I don't know, I'm sorry, I forgot. So she told, doctor, you treated my mother in surgery and all that thing. Okay. I don't remember her face, but that, like patients remember you somewhere, it brings you happiness. And they'll only remember you if you are a good, they'll remember if you're a very bad doctor, definitely, and they'll remember if you're a good doctor. And only if they remember you as a good doctor will they come and talk to you like this. So it's nice. So be genuine, be dedicated. It helps. And I told you, all these are skills that you learn, okay, that you get used to, that you can build in your practice. And one important thing is, keep your appearance well kept. You can go shabbily dressed, nobody is going to ask you, but that will keep a mark on the patient's mind, and second, on your faculty's mind. Because just think, you as a patient, you go to hospital, what sort of doctor do you want to see? Do you want a doctor in completely unclean, unironed clothes sitting with you like this, or you want a well kept doctor, smart doctor sitting in front of you? Yeah, your appearance itself is important because it helps, it gives that impression, this guy is, or this girl is good doctor. The second most important thing is understanding which specialty you like or you don't like. Now let me tell you, this is one of the most important points which I tell, that you need to be very, very strict with your postings during internship. I have seen top rankers who have maybe taken a specialty, and then after a few months they regret their decision, they drop out, and then they prepare for next year, or then maybe if it's INICET or something, they get through that to another specialty, they have to pay fine for leaving the seat. Okay, why did this happen? They could have got the same seat in the first, right? They didn't have to do all this and lose that many months. Why did this happen? Just because this person did not have as much as experience during internship. Because most of the people who don't have experience in internship make their specialty choices just based on the theory they study. The theory they study for entrance exam, or like for example, in my case, in final year, the 4 subjects, the only subject which I liked reading or enjoyed studying was surgery. It was easier for me, it was much more comfortable. But I know I will never take surgery. How? From my experience in clinical postings in MBBS and internship. I know I don't like OTs. I know I can't stand the hectic and stressful situations and all. I know this because I have been there and I have faced it. But if I have not gone for internship and I was just studying, watching videos, I would only know the theory part of surgery. And when I go to the surgery department, I would be surprised. This is the real surgery. Oh no, I already made the decision. What can I do? Similarly, there's something called radiology, right? The most desired specialty, because you don't have to deal with patients, you get lots of money, and you can sit in the room and all, right? So again, in my experience of internship, I realized that I love dealing with patients. I love talking with them. Especially one of the most favorite times was in peripheral postings in Taluk Hospital, where I managed the OPDs. So it was really nice. So I knew I love patients. I want to talk with patients. So I can't do radiology. Again, there are a lot of my other friends who understood they can't deal with patients. They need radiology, pathology, or microbiology. So all these things are important because you have to know the real lifestyle. You need to know the real aspects of this rather than the only theory. That's why I'm telling go for internship. At least you will know which all subspecialties you should not take. Everybody has their interests, right? So we all are different. Like some like radiology, some don't like radiology. Some like surgery, some like the hecticness, some like the stress and the rapidness, the adrenaline thing of the emergency theaters or the casualties. Some like me, I don't like it. So it all depends on person to person. So all this can be understood if you work, and I don't want you to make a mistake of realizing it much later. If you had if you didn't do all this, you just study for entrance, you go there, then you make a choice, then you realize you made it wrong. What happens is either you have to pay a lot of money to get out, or second thing is you don't have that much money to get out of the seat, so you have to continue a course for your rest of the life. So better than that, even if you delay your entrance by 1 year, okay, or 6 months, if you know which specialty you want, if you know the nuances of the specialty you want, isn't that better? That's what I feel. Some people might oppose my thoughts on that, but see, this is what I feel. You might have different thoughts. That's totally okay. I respect your thoughts. Please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm telling from my own experience, that's all. Okay. The third is learning how to work as a team. This is a very, very, very important skill. First, you have to understand that medicine is not a one-man show. You might have seen people like your HODs or something like that. It's all one-man show. No, HODs are supported by professors are supported by PGs are supported by house surgeons, and all of them are supported by the nursing staff and all, even up to the security staff, because if security staff isn't there wouldn't be security for the doctors or the nurses to work. So everybody is part of the team. And never think that some people have ego, like doctors are here, others are here. No, don't have that ego. We all have equal parts to play. If each of them does their job properly, only the full functioning of hospital will work properly. So respect everybody on your team. Don't look down. Okay, even if you're a PG, don't look down at house surgeon. Or that ego thing should get out. Senior, junior, all these. This is the really most worst part of medical field. The senior, junior thing that has to go. And at least we ourselves should put instead of complaining always, at least we should think, okay, there's no use of complaining. At least our seniors won't improve, but at least ourselves we can improve. We can set an example for others, right? I've seen really wonderful doctors who have actually, they consider all as equals, involve us in their treatment decisions, make us part of the team. So that's all amazing, So that's what I tell you. You need to respect each and every one of your team. So let's consider each one. So let's start with your co-interns, your house surgeons. Okay, your batchmates. Please respect them. Don't cheat them. Please. I've seen people who like cheat their co-interns. They build up excuses. They either go home or they sit in the hostel, sleep and chill, hang out with their girlfriend while their co-intern is struggling in the wards, overworking both their works. There's something called karma, right? It will come back sometime. So, have some ethics, be professional, and do your work at least. If you finish your work, you can help out with your partner's work, but do at least your work with ethics, with professionalism, and don't cheat, please. And don't think that you don't need these people later in life, because what's something that I've understood from seniors and all is, maybe 10-15 years later, when you slowly settle in life, you definitely need help of your peers, because your peers might be the one referring cases to you, because we all are different specialties, right? So a medicine person sees a patient with cancer, they need surgery, he would be sending it to a surgeon, and maybe a surgeon who has a patient has to send it to radiation oncology or chemotherapy. Again, he'll be referring to different people. Would you refer to someone who you have enmity, who cheated you in House Surgeoncy? No, right? Just telling you, I'm just bringing some light humor to make you understand that, you need to keep your peers with you. So don't cheat. Be good boys and girls. And so let me tell you, there's bound to be issues happening between house surgeons. You will fight about duties and all, but try to solve it then and there, okay? Don't let it escalate into a big thing. Next is your PGs. Handle your PGs carefully. I know there are some really sadistic or really irritating PGs giving you a lot of unnecessary work. So how to handle such PGs? Well, classify all the work they have given to most important and less important. Start with the most important work, finish all that up, and then if you have time, go for the less important work, because at the end of the day, the PG will first ask for the important work first. So if you start with the less important work, all those unnecessary work, and the important work doesn't get done, you will get in trouble. But if you do all those important works first, then there won't be much of an issue. So always do that, prioritize and do. And then there are some amazing PGs also who actually even help you do your work. So treasure that and keep them in good relation, because have a good relationship with your PGs, because at the end of the day, maybe 1 or 2 years later, you will get help from them. Like I even now have connection with my PGs. Like if I have doubts regarding some cases, I ask them. You might not be as comfortable asking your faculty, so your PGs would by then be have finished MD and also they are consultants, so you'll be able to ask them so comfortably. So use that opportunity, keep good relations. Coming to faculties, please don't fight with your faculties unnecessary. Respect them. They are the ones who are going to sign your internship records and all. So listen to whatever they say. Suppose they say something against what your thoughts, let's listen and go on. Don't simply fight and create an issue. It's not worth it. And again, if you are in your faculty's good books by your work and all, you will get opportunities. Like I told you about a surgery professor who gave us opportunities. So be in their good books, they'll remember you. And again, faculties are also important. Like even much years later, these faculties would remember you. Okay, if you are a good house surgeon and all. I actually recently heard from another senior doctor about a professor who came to him for treatment. He was his professor in MBBS days. So he came to the student for treatment because the teacher trusted him. Right. So these are all amazing moments which you can get. So treasure them. Now coming to the nursing staff, please treat them with respect. You are not above them or nothing like that. Okay. Many of them have much more experience than you have. So listen to what they say and you will get to learn a lot of things from them. They also give tips, put IV cannulas, take blood and stuff. And keeping good relation with them actually helps to reduce your work too, because there are a lot of stuff that can be handled by the nurses themselves. That could be getting some reports or some minor things that the nurses can do. And suppose the patient will come in the middle of the night, the bystander, so unnecessary thing will be there. And if the nurse is in good relation with you, she will manage it and leave it. The nurse is not that good relation with you, she'll call you in the middle of the time. Dr. G, please come. And when you come there, it would have been the most silliest of issues. But you can't say anything because you're not in good relation. So build a good relationship. And it's not only about your reducing your workload, it also helps you to learn a lot of stuff. Coming to the auxiliary staff, the nursing assistants, the cleaning staff, the securities, have a good relation with them, smile at them, talk with them. These are the people who will help you in your maybe dressing and other stuff. And even security people are important. As I told you, you need someone to help you when you get beatings and all. So keep good relation with them, smile at them. I'll tell you one experience from a senior that I've heard. Like when, as a consultant, when he went to hospital to work, he got a good salary package and all. And he waited 1 week and he's not getting any patients, while the other doctor in his department is getting a lot of patients. Finally, he got an idea. He decided he'll start to gel with the staff. So he started talking with nursing officers, started eating food with them, then started smiling at security, talking with the cleaning staff, the nursing assistants and all. Started building a rapport with them, and slowly started his patients increasing. The reason? These staff and all, they'll be usually around the place, right? So who will the people of that place ask which doctor to see? They'll ask these staff people, right? So staff people will definitely talk about a doctor who they are more connected to. They won't talk about a doctor who doesn't speak to them, who doesn't mind them, and who they think is arrogant. They'll talk about a doctor who is more friendly and all, right? And also in the reception, when the patient comes and asks which doctor to see, again they'll suggest a doctor who is more comfortable with them, right? So he started getting a lot of patients after that. So that's an important thing that I learned about having good relations with everybody. It not only helps you, but it builds your character. Now the fourth thing, the last thing is NEET PG or INICET or any PG preparation. That should be the last thing. Okay, last thing does not mean you shouldn't do it. You can do it if you want. If getting into PG as early as possible is one of your plans, you can easily study. I have a lot of friends who have actually cracked wonderful ranks. Okay, all of them studied along with the internship, because we have a very hectic internship program. So in that they found time. You will get a lot of time, maybe waiting for PGs to complete their work, or maybe accompanying patients, or sitting in the OT simply. You're not going to do the surgery, right? You'll be sitting simply. All these time are actually times for you to learn to solve questions. Buy an app, solve questions. When you're back home or back in the hostel, watch videos, read notes, whatever. And do something, okay? Something is better than nothing, and you can build it slowly. You'll get more familiar with this stuff, and maybe by the end, who knows, you might be the top ranker. But don't do this at the expense of internship, because I know another set of people I've personally seen who have skipped internship and went for coaching classes. Those are really dumb people. I don't encourage anything they say. But if you can balance two together, that's well and fine. Okay, that's okay. You can do that, and that's good also. I didn't do that. I regret that. I could have done. I usually spend my free time chilling or watching series and all. So if you want, you can actually do better and get NEET or your entrances much faster. And the last point is, maybe ask your seniors about the procedures of how you have to get the internship signed and all, rather than keeping it at the end and running around. So along with each posting, you can get it done. So yeah, that's the 4 basic tips that I want to talk to you about how to make your internship much better, and I hope it helped you. Let me know anything else you have in the comments below. And if you want to know how my experience of internship was, check out this video that I've made where I talk about my day in a life and other stuff and experiences in internship. So till the next video, it's bye-bye.